Hey, honey.
Yes, Barry?
Let's get out of here.
Where are we going?
Where do we always go?
Fascina el viento, este ritmo de palmas, sin ti naturaleza, hasta encontrar la playa. Por eso grito al mundo, yo soy de Puerto Vallarta. Samba de Puerto Vallarta, noche de arrullo en el mar. Samba de Puerto Vallarta.
Hello, fellow travelers, and welcome to this episode of the Puerto Vallarta Travel Show. I am your host, Barry Kessler, and I'm just so happy to be introducing you to my favorite vacation destination. And maybe it's even yours, and if it's not, well, I'm going to help make it yours one day, and that's Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. The music you're just listening to is performed by Alberto Perez, and Alberto Perez is the owner of the La Palapa group of restaurants. Those are the La Palapa, the El Dorado restaurant, and now, at night for dinner, the El Dorado transforms into the Vista Grill, and that's the Vista Grill that used to be up on the hill. And now it has a new Vista that's right on the beach where you have the same Vista Grill menu and the fantastic Vista Grill service. And what's best is it's right there on the beach. And you can enjoy dinner under the stars with your toes in the sand right at the water's edge. It's just so romantic. It's so Puerto Vallarta, my friends. Today I have a couple of very special guests for you. But first, what's happening in Puerto Vallarta this week? The 5th of June, 2017. Well, June has arrived and everyone is getting ready for the rains to finally come. Now, by this time of year, usually the lush vegetation on the hillsides and well, just about everywhere, is looking a little dry, and in some cases, actually brownish. Last month, I took a hike from Boca de Tomatlan to Las Animas Beach, and I gotta tell you, I was kind of shocked at how dry things were. I mean, usually it's lush, it's kind of lush vegetation there, and it wasn't so lush. I mean, when I was there in October, it was, you almost wish that you had a machete or something to get through some of this vegetation, but not so much in May. And anyway, they are, and we are, eagerly awaiting the rain. And when it comes, we're going to get lots of it, but not all at once. In fact, let's go to a conversation that I had with JR a while back, where we talked about the weather in a previous episode. So let's talk about the weather in June.
June, traditionally June 15th, the rains start. We have a rainy season in the tropics, and the rain is not a constant rain. It is a deluge that normally lasts, about 2 hours. You will, if you're ever here in one of those deluges, you will notice the reason for the high curbs downtown. Like downtown, we have basically 3 streets going north and south, and behind them is a big mountain. All that water falling up on the mountain's got to go somewhere, and it goes down, and it comes right through downtown. If the curbs weren't that high, the stores and bars, etc., would be inundated with water because it will go 2 feet in the street.
Wow! So those streets along the Malecon, they turn into rivers, huh?
Oh yes, definitely rivers. Not so much on the south side because it's flatter and further from the hills. But nevertheless, you'll get a few, several inches down there.
Wow. Okay, so this is during June, and how long does that carry on?
Traditionally to October 15th.
October 15th.
But of course, that's all gone. That's all gone by the way now because the climate has changed in the world, and so we can't rely on those dates anymore. I would like to point out, of course, that when it does rain, it's not cold. The rain is quite warm. In fact, when it rains, the kids go out in the street to play.
All right. Thanks, JR, for that information. And if you want to hear more of this particular conversation about weather with JR, you can go to episode 3 of the show, where we talk about weather and bugs and what to expect when you land at the Puerto Vallarta airport. I have a link to that in my show notes, or just, go to iTunes and find it there. I spent half of May in Puerto Vallarta, and I got to say that the weather was excellent. I experienced really terrific weather. I mean, it wasn't too humid, it wasn't too hot, there were lots of cool ocean breezes to be had. It was kind of like February or March. It was really perfect. And anyway, I know a lot of people who like to come here in June. But remember, the humidity is inching up. The rain is inevitable. But hey, the storms come for a brief time, like an hour or 3, and there's some great lightning storms. And of course, as JR was saying, the storms cool off everything, and there's just these lightning storms are totally cool. I happen to have a video on my website where I did a review of an Airbnb that we stayed at on the Malecon, and I'll link that up for you to see in the show notes. And here's the thing, after I put that video of the place up on YouTube and I put it onto my website, I'm going to tell you, I could not get a reservation there. Not at all. I mean, it booked up like you wouldn't believe, darn it. I do that to myself every time. Anyway, if you watch the thing, about halfway through the video, there's a pretty cool lightning storm for you all to see, so I want you to check that out. So as I said, the rain should be coming soon to Puerto Vallarta, and we're looking forward to getting all greened up once again in paradise, sometime within the next week or 2, if all goes as planned. Okay. Hey, there's a brand new attraction in downtown Puerto Vallarta, and it's called a Turicleto. A Turicleto. Okay, interesting name. I got this from the Banderas News, and it reads, Puerto Vallarta, Mexico, a new innovative and fun and free way to visit all the tourist attractions in downtown Puerto Vallarta, and it was introduced last week, and it's called the Turicleto, and it is a sustainable vehicle which is powered by the energy produced while pedaling, and it has approximate capacity of 20 people, and 10 of those 20 people are going to be working the pedals that make the Turicleto move. Okay? Now, let's see here. It reads, we know our tourist vocation drives us to be innovative, to be in tune with nature, and to diversify the attractions in the first block of the heart of Puerto Vallarta, asserted Arturo Davalos Peña, who is the mayor of Puerto Vallarta, and he gave the official introduction to the new vehicle. The vehicle is going to be accompanied by a bilingual tour guide, and it will allow you to enjoy a new experience while actually exercising and learning about the culture of the city. It's going to be an interesting attraction, I think, for visitors. The mayor said that the new tourist attraction joins efforts made by this administration, his administration, to rescue and to revitalize the city center, in addition to the installation of some scenic lighting on the Malecon and reinforcement of public lighting throughout the city center, as well as some colorful installation of decorated letters that spell out Puerto Vallarta, which has been a very successful tool in promoting this international destination. You got to see these. They are movable, these letters that say Puerto Vallarta. They're beautiful and colorful, and they've got them right there on the Malecon. Anyway, this is an interesting interesting vehicle. I have a video actually that shows this particular vehicle. It's interesting. The people that get on it and that are pedaling, they have to strap themselves in. And anyway, there are going to be 2 daily tours, one at 9 in the morning and at 12 p.m. And each of these, of course, like I said, is accompanied by a bilingual guide. And the vehicle has, like I said, harnesses and places for water bottles. And even though the ride is free, they are going to ask for voluntary contributions in order to keep the vehicle maintained. So very interesting. Take a look at the video of it on my website, and I also have links to the Banderas News article at www.puertovallartatravelshow.com, episode number 22, and you can check that out in my show notes. Okay, not to be contrary here, but I have a question for you. Would you volunteer to pedal one of these? Anyway, we'll find out what happens with it. It should be a lot of fun, so let's check it out. That reminds me, I need to get together with JR in an episode and discuss his map of the downtown area. I want to give you a tour of downtown with JR, like an audio tour. Anyway, I have a link to all of his maps in my show notes, and also I have it at the top of my website at www.puertovallartatravelshow.com. And if you're going to Vallarta, download and print out those maps. You're going to be glad you did. He has bus stops marked on there. He's got taco stands marked on there. The streets are properly marked. There's points of interest on the maps. So don't leave home without those maps. And you're going to find them on my website and also on JR's site at www.vallartainfo.com. Okay, speaking of downtown Puerto Vallarta, let's get on with the show and with an interview of a couple that I think you're going to really, really like. I like them. Agostino and Donna and Ali Ardissone. And they're the owners of Bella Napoli Restaurant. They are husband and wife. And, well, let me just tell you a little bit about this place. It's a cool sidewalk cafe style of a place. It is centrally located in downtown Vallarta. And look, these lovely people that you're going to hear from are going to spend a little bit of time apologizing for the location of this restaurant. But it's not as bad as these two let on. I mean, you can hear traffic, yes. But the food and the music, well, it's the best. So let's hear from Agostino and Donna and Ali Ardissone of Bella Napoli Restaurant in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. All right, we are here in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico with Agostino and Donna and his lovely wife, Ali, right here, right in front of the restaurant, Bella Napoli. Thanks for letting me come and introduce you to my audience.
Thank you, and hello, everybody.
Hi.
Ciao. Ciao. All right, so got a couple of questions here. You're both Italian, it sounds like to me.
Yeah, 100%.
Imagine that. Italians cooking Italian food here. All right, well, that's the best, right? So why don't you tell my audience about yourself, about yourselves. What was your path to Puerto Vallarta?
At Puerto Vallarta, I come here because we try some different for my life. So I make from 3 generation making pizza in Italy, and I said stop because my future I see something better for me and my family, and I'm looking for a place like this, and I found it in Puerto Vallarta.
Okay, so you did a little studying, or did you come here on vacation one day and say, I'm coming back here?
No, I'm here to stay, to make a large family, and maybe some money too.
I see that. I see you've started already with the large family here, Ali. Congratulations.
Yeah, we're starting.
All right, cool. All right, very good. So let's talk about, or we talked about your path. Let's talk about your concept. You're outdoors, right? You're on a slightly busy street here. You're kind of tucked off away from it. But you have people in your restaurant all the time. It's pretty amazing. So, what's the secret to that? What do you do?
Well, we actually made the choice of this location. Believe it or not, this location was chosen between a lot of other locations. And we decided to open a restaurant that would be good for foreigners, tourists, expats, and locals. So we decided to keep the place casual and up to everybody. I think also fancy people come to our restaurants and kind of forget of their fanciness for a moment and think about the food, forget about the noise.
Yeah, no, that's all right.
We make enough noise by ourselves with the singing too, so we definitely give the basses a good competition.
Agostine is a singer. We're going to get to that in a minute. Okay. Now, why don't you tell us a little bit about your menu? What's going on there? What do you have on the menu?
In the menu, we make fresh pasta. We have a tray pasta di cecco, like tagliolini or linguini, and we make preparation of fresh pasta too. We like fettuccine, gnocchi, and ravioli.
Oh wow!
And the best one for me is gnocchi potato. It's really good.
I love gnocchi.
It's the first thing I learned from my grandmother. Together with the meatballs too.
Okay, all right.
And we wake up early in the morning, and we're looking for a good food, fresh food. And we have a big board, where we put diarily, we change the menu, we put some special, depends that we find good.
So you've got like your regular menu items.
Yeah, we got the regular menu.
And then you kind of change up that board.
Yes.
All right.
In my happy, everything is happy. I got a really, really nice dish.
Okay. Very
I never wake up angry, so.
No, that's all right.
Best forever.
All right. So now, are you a trained chef?
My best school was the family. Okay. Grandmothers, especially. Because my parents works a lot for all day and leave me with my grandfather. And one day from grandmother from my father, and one day with my grandmother by my mother. Mm-hmm. And from one I learned the fresh pasta and the gnocchi, lasagna, and from the other one more the dough, like pasta dough, pizza dough, and I think that from the family, especially the grandmothers, they can learn you the only ingredients and the only things that you never learn from the school is the love to cook, love to cook.
Yeah.
And for me, is, and will be the best ingredients, and the people can feel this
yes.
and forget about the noises.
All right, I'm not bagging you on the noises. Really, I'm not. You're okay. It's
we have a lot of people that cannot stand our noise. Some people decide to stand the noise when they want the food. We've had reviews of people saying that once you try the food, you won't even eat it on top of rocks.
Uh-huh.
Some other people just cannot get over it. But we're not a place for everyone, so it's okay.
Yeah, it is
We
okay.
can't be loved by everyone, you know. No place in the world can be loved by everyone.
Well, all they have to do is taste your food and they'll love you. They'll love you, love you, love you to death. I'm telling you right now. All right. So, now, can you prepare items specially? Let's say somebody comes in and they've got an allergy to, God forbid, let's say they have an allergy to garlic or something like that. Could you make something without that?
Yes, we make all our dishes in the moment, so we are flexible on our dishes. However, we do not like when people try to change our recipes, like, oh, please, in that pasta with bacon, could you add shrimp? We are not very fan of that because, as Agostino told you before, we try to sell authentic Italian food, just like you would find it in Italy.
Sure.
So, however, we are flexible in case of allergies. Take away the garlic, take away the onion, of course, no problem. We also serve gluten-free dishes, as our Italian food is gluten-rich.
It is.
Yes,
how do you
so
do that?
we do have gluten-free options.
Okay.
Pasta is available every day, and the pizza is available with 1 day ahead reservation.
Oh, so you can order a gluten-free pizza.
You can order 1, 2, 3, 5, as many gluten-free pizzas as you want, but we need to know 1 day ahead because we make the dough 1 day ahead so that the yeast does its course.
Okay.
And that makes the gluten-free dough as light as our regular dough.
Interesting. Wow. Well, that's a great tip, you guys. So when you've got the hankering for pizza, and you can kind of project that off a day ahead, you walk by here and you say, Agostine, make me a gluten-free pizza for tomorrow. Okay, all right. Very good.
That's right.
All right, fantastic. How about vegetarian and vegan options? Do you have that on your menu, or do you kind of have to whip that up?
Yes, we try to think about every customers, and we have some choice like pesto or some special like vegetarian starred. And grilled bell pepper on zucchini and artichoke heart, some Italian olives, pesto sauce. We have parmigiana, eggplant.
Man, see, I'm hungry. I'm getting so hungry, and I'm not even one of those vegan vegetarian guys. I'm like one of those meat eater guys.
We do also have vegan options, and we like to tell people that any pizza can really be made vegan.
Yeah. Right, because you just leave off the cheese and do something special other than that, right?
You've got pick your vegetables, and we have a nice variety of them, and just not pick the cheese over your pizza.
Yeah, all right. Well, that's simple enough to try to, remember and tell your chef, tell this chef here what to do, or ask him, please. All right, now, what are the favorites here? What would you say is most ordered here at your restaurant?
We got from about pasta and frutti di mare, like clams, mussels, and shrimps in a white wine sauce. We prepare it with a tagliolini homemade pasta fresca.
Excellent, and that's a big favorite, right? People go,
It's my favorite
that.
too.
Oh, it is. All right. Well, you are in Puerto Vallarta. This is where all the wonderful fish comes out of the ocean here, and if you're not eating fresh fish when you're in Puerto Vallarta, you're making a big mistake, right?
Yes, indeed.
Excellent.
And about pizza, and is our invention, Melinda Pizza.
Okay, tell me about Melinda Pizza.
Yes, this pizza really famous right now, and be really famous us too.
Yeah.
All people come looking for Melinda.
It was originally named after a client of ours, Melinda, that started asking for a pesto-based pizza.
Oh, okay.
And this was his invention, and we pulled it up from there. And yes, now it's been on the menu for over 6 years, and it is one of the best sellers.
Wow, go Melinda.
Yes, a pesto sauce pizza, and when it came out from the oven, in top we put fresh arugula, tomato cherry, and Parma ham, and in the end a touch of Parmigiano Reggiano.
Nice. All right, good touch.
I'm hungry.
I'm hungry too. We're all getting hungry here. I don't know. All right, so keep that in mind, guys. The Melinda Pizza, and these guys can blame that on one of their clients. All right. Now, let's talk a little bit about what makes you guys special. We already talked about that you cook with love, right? And we talked about the fact that, that you make everything, like by hand. You've got this great homemade pasta and all that other cool stuff. But what do you hear from your clients? What do you hear from your customers that they like the most about your restaurant? When you're like working away and you overhear them sitting at tables going, because you can overhear them here, man, because they've got these trucks going by sometimes and they got to talk loud. So you can hear them, right? What are they saying?
So we have open kitchen, and this is help us, and especially me, because when I singing while cooking, so the people hear me, and
Okay, you sing when you cook.
yes.
No ragazzo no, no ragazzo no. Sono una bambola. Con il ufficio dove fossi una bambola.
He makes the atmosphere I think probably uncomparable to any other restaurant. And people can perceive the love that he has for his food, indeed. And I think that what makes us stick out between a lot of other Italian restaurants that are in Vallarta is the fact that we are really authentic. We will not sell ingredients that are not Italian. Our food is prepared just like in Italy. A lot of people think that fettuccine alfredo is Italian, but I'm sorry to say it is not.
It's not?
And in Italy, we do not know what fettuccine alfredo is, or pizza with pineapple. So some people just can't get over the fact that we do not sell those items.
What's wrong
but
with
yes,
you guys? Yeah.
we really respect the food that you find in Italy. So I think that makes us different from all the other Italian restaurants in Vallarta.
Right, you
And,
are true to Italy.
And
yeah.
he's hard. He's hard because the tourists or people change the opinion about the food. Not remember the really food like his. But now it's like the Italian food is like it's not like 30, 40 years ago. A lot things change. It's not my concept. For me, the old is best. The taste is the best. And I respect everything. I respect everybody. Change our menu in the other restaurant. Put pineapple on the pizza. I respect everything. And I want the respect to me too.
Sure.
For our originally, for keep originally. And I think we are right.
Yeah.
I think we're right.
Well, it shows that you're right because people come here and they keep coming back here. And, people are crazy about your place. You see like reviews on TripAdvisor and you see, and they're just, they love you. They love you. So, and they love your singing. I'm going to come back. Sometime during the night. I'm going to bring my microphone and see if I can catch him singing. Okay. But now, all right. Let's talk a little bit about running your business. When you came to Puerto Vallarta, did you find that it was difficult to open a business here?
By the papers, not a lot.
Okay,
so the administration, the Mexican administration, I don't know on the other side, but in Vallarta it's really, really easy to take a paper to open a restaurant. So the administration want to work. So they said, work, don't worry. Give you a paper, provisory paper, just to start to work, and give you a time like 3 months to put together all people you need to give the original lessons.
Got it.
But from the paper is not really difficult. So open a business here in Puerto Vallarta. From the other side, with the competition, there's a lot of competition here. There's a lot of restaurant here,
Oh, yeah.
so it's difficult. For this side, the other side is a little bit hard. The people know, but almost you never have a wrong. because the wrong here you pay a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And we're gonna put all attention with all dish, all plates, and with the preparation, because we have to stay 100% every day, and we want more people felt in love for us. So we are hard for this, and we continue on the way because it's the right way.
Yeah, it is the right way. So we're going to talk a little bit about how to find you, because when I first started looking for you, not this time because I've known where you are, but when I first started looking for you, I couldn't really figure it out. And so we're gonna show people where they are. And if you go to my website at Puerto Vallarta travelshow.com, I'm going to have links to this show. All the show notes is going to be there. I'm going to have pictures of the restaurant, and I'm going to show you where the restaurant is. So if you ever need to know where it is, just take a look at my webpage. You'll find it. And now, let's talk a little bit about Puerto Vallarta now. Okay, now, besides telling a new traveler, someone who is new to Puerto Vallarta, besides giving them advice to come and eat at Bella Napoli, which of course you'll tell them, but what advice would you give somebody that was just for the first time coming here to Puerto Vallarta?
Well, I would definitely tell them to go and explore the beaches that are on the immediate outskirts of Vallarta, like Sayulita, like Las Animas, Quimixto, Yelapa. Beautiful, beautiful beaches that sometimes are kept hidden because people want to keep you here at Los Muertos, which is, I understand too. But
hey, that's good for your business.
Yes,
but
exactly. It's good for the businesses that are on the beach, and it's good for Vallarta. But I think, me as a tourist, I want to know what's nice around here, right?
Yeah.
So I would definitely go to see those places, and I would definitely give it a shot to Mexican food. All the people that are worried about the street food, this is Mexico, guys. This is Mexico's heart. Mm-hmm. Don't eat everywhere. Try to pick carefully your street place, but you definitely have to try the street food in Mexico.
Right on. Yeah, definitely. You'll be surprised.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah. All right. Now, I want you to tell people in your own words. I'm going to come on later on and give them really direct instructions. In your own words, tell us where to locate you in Puerto Vallarta.
Well, first of all, important to note, because a lot of people make this mistake and they think we're on the Malecon side. We are not by the ocean. We are on the street side of Calle Morelos. So we are right beside a Santander Bank, just before you cross the Quale Bridge.
Okay.
I think that has been the information that has worked out best in these years for people to find us.
How many years have you been here?
I've been in Vallarta 12 years. With the restaurant in this location is 6 years. And 2 years just around the corner.
Okay, so you've been at this for 8 years.
Yeah, total with the business for 8 years, yes.
Excellent. Okay, so you know where it is if you are coming into town and you're on Highway 200. This is on the road that goes into town and goes over the bridge. And then there's another road that goes out of town and goes over the bridge a little bit further up the river. So this is where it is, and it kind of curves here, and you can see Santander Bank right there when you make that turn when you're coming into, well, kind of the Old Town area here. Although, yeah, just as you're getting ready to go over onto the south side. Well, all right. Tell us your hours, when you're open.
We are open from Tuesday till Sunday. In high season from 4 o'clock till 11. In low season from 5 o'clock till 11.
Okay, very good. And are you online? Do you have a website?
We have a website, www.bellanapolipv.com. We have a Facebook page. And from yesterday, we are back with our delivery service, which we had momentaneously suspended.
Uh-huh.
Now we are back with our own motorbike. And our own thermic box and everything ready to go. So
that's great.
We also come with delivery service.
Delivering.
Yes.
All right. Oh, beautiful.
Now we have our own motorbike
Yes,
with
we are
our
girl.
own pilot that will come immediately to your door of your house with hot food and just the way it came out of our oven.
Excellent.
Yes, we are ready.
All right, they're ready. It's wonderful. Okay. Now, are you going to be open for the whole season, or do you close during a certain part of the season?
No, we are open until September. It's a casual location, so this give permits to people come wherever, high season, low season, Mexican tourists and American tourists, whatever. And only month we rest is September, and before 1 year we back to Italy to visit the family, and 1 year we're traveling around here. But this year we can't back in Italy. And,
it's a special year.
We can't travel around here because we got a big surprise.
Yeah, we got a little baby coming.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, all right. Well, you're going to be, believe me, when this baby comes, you're going to be vacationing all the time, right?
I think vacation is probably going to be over, but however, is welcome.
We changed the hour. We open it for the breakfast too.
There you go. Now you're talking, brother. Yeah, because you're going to be up early.
Yeah.
Oh, excellent. All right, you guys. Well, thank you so much for your valuable time. Thank you for letting me introduce you and your lovely restaurant to my listeners.
Thank you, Barry. Thank you very much. Thank you to all our listeners. And we hope to see you soon here sitting at a Bella Napoli table.
Excellent. Thanks,
Thank
guys.
you so much. And we wait here in Bella Napoli to eat, singing, and dancing too sometimes.
Oh, yeah. We're gonna get your singing for sure.
Grazie.
All right.
Come fossi una bambola.
Wow, such a great couple. And the food, oh, you guys, you just have to try it. The gnocchi and the pizza, the fresh homemade pasta, the seafood dishes. My, oh my. If you want real Italian, you just got to see Agostino and Ali. And listen, tell him that you heard him sing on the Puerto Vallarta travel show. Now, I have pictures and directions to the restaurant because I'm going to tell you what right now, no cab driver is going to know where this place is. I mean, even if he's standing right around the corner from it, nobody knows where it is. So you need to check it out on my website. I'm telling you, you can tell him that it's on the southbound 200 Calle Morelos, which is right at the Santander Bank, just before the bridge, right next to the parking structure on the Malecon. There's one big parking structure on the Malecon, and it's right next door to it. Anyway, like I said, just look at my show notes and the website, and look for that picture of JR's map that I've got modified for this post, where I actually have Bella Napoli marked on his map, okay? And again, you'll find it at www.puertovallartatravelshow.com. And speaking of the website, you need to check out the Puerto Vallarta webcam page that I have there on my website. I watched a brilliant Puerto Vallarta sunset last night from my iPad at my home in Los Angeles. Really. And you can check out the sunset too. You just need to go to puertovallartatravelshow.com. You click on the Puerto Vallarta webcam tab at the top of the page and check out all the cool webcams that I have listed there. Now, I also have a link on the same page where you can actually check the time of the sunset in Puerto Vallarta, okay? So you can check the time and time it all out, then scroll down to the Langostino's picture, and you click the Langostino's picture, give it a little bit of time to upload, And then you're going to be rewarded by a beautiful, breathtaking Puerto Vallarta sunset right from the comfort of your very own Barca Lounger. Now, Langostino's just changed their camera to the type that swivels all the way around, like the one next door at Cuatecicuetes. But here's the deal. The one at Cuatecicuetes, it swings around once every 5 or 10 minutes or so. But the Langostino cam, it turns around all day long, not every 5 or 10 minutes, but kind of like all the time. So it's always on the move, and you'll be able to check out a Puerto Vallarta sunset right from the Langostino's cam. Well, that should do it for this episode of the show. I hope you enjoyed the visit with Agostino and Ali from Bella Napoli Restaurant in Puerto Vallarta. Go see them and eat there, and tell them once again that you heard him sing on the podcast. Now, next week, stay tuned for more on-the-ground reports from Puerto Vallarta. And until then, remember that this is an interactive show where I depend on your questions and your suggestions about all things Puerto Vallarta. If you think of something that I should be talking about, please reach out to me by clicking on the Contact Us tab and sending your message. And remember, if you're considering booking any type of tour while you're in Puerto Vallarta, you must go to vallartainfo.com, that's JR's website, and reserve your tour right through him, right from his website. Remember, this is a value-for-value proposition, and his experience and his on-the-ground knowledge of everything Puerto Vallarta in exchange for your making a purchase of a tour that you do anyway. You're just doing it through him as a way of saying thank you. Thanks, JR, for being our guide. It costs no more than if you're going to use someone else. So, like I always say, just do it, really. And when you take one of those tours, email me about your experiences. Maybe you can come on board and share with others what you liked or didn't like about the tour. Again, contact me by clicking on the Contact Us tab and sending off a message. And once again, if you like this podcast, please take the time and subscribe and give me a good review on iTunes if you will. That way we can get the word out to more and more people about the magic of this place, Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. So, thanks once again to Augie and Ali from Bella Napoli Restaurant in Puerto Vallarta. You'll find the links to their restaurant in my show notes at www.puertovallartatravelshow.com. And also, don't forget, check out JR's maps and the pictures of the Turicleto, the new sustainable attraction in downtown Puerto Vallarta. Now, thanks to all of you for listening all the way through this episode of the Puerto Vallarta Travel Show. This is Barry Kessler signing off with a wish for all of you to slow down, be kind, and live the Vallarta lifestyle. Nos vemos, amigos.
Samba de Puerto Vallarta, noche de arrullo en el mar. Samba de Puerto Vallarta, noche de amor junto al mar. Solo camino, perno por la playa, me encuentro junto al río, cuando todo está en calma, pronto cae la noche, me brillas Puerto Vallarta, samba de Puerto Vallarta, noche de arrullo en el mar, samba de Puerto Vallarta.